Hello folks, this is Paul Isley with episode 3 of Ask Mr. Tillandsia. Today's questions come from Christo. His first question, he wants to know how are the different seedlings in a hybrid named? If you have a species, it's the species. But if you have a hybrid with two parents, how do you name them? And that's a really excellent question because I don't have an answer for that. Tillandsias are different than other plants. If you have a Neoregelia bromeliad or a Cattleya orchid and you have a whole hundreds of little seedlings coming up, the grower will usually pick the very few best ones, and each one will get a special cultivar or Grex name. And then all the vegetative offsets from that plant from then on will carry that name. But Tillandsias are different because almost all of the seedlings are really attractive to somebody. And there's a lot of variation in them. A lot will look like one parent, a lot will look like the other parent, and there are gradations all the way through, and some of them split the uprights and look like a split between the two parents. But they're all interesting looking, and you cannot give a Grex name, a cultivar name, to each and every one of thousands of little plants. I can't do that, maybe you can, but not me. So what we do is we put a cultivar name on those plants that takes in that entire Grex. And then I guess if you have a special one and you want to name it and do something special with it, that's your privilege to do that. But Tillandsia curly slim, for instance, is all the plants in the world that are the hybrid of Streptophila and intermedia are called Tillandsia curly slim. And that's not botanically correct, but it works. And I don't know of another way that makes it work. Okay. Number 2, he says, I own a huge collection of Tillandsias, some 400 of them. And he does well with everything except Flora and Andreana. He keeps losing them. So he wants to know if there's a trick to keeping those alive. And well, yes, there is. We have a truck coming through, so hopefully you can hear me. The trick is that both of those species, along with a number of others, do not like cold. And they don't like hot heat. So if you keep them on the cool side and don't let them get too cold. Most Tillandsias will go down to around freezing, these will not. You maybe want to stay, and this is, I don't know in Celsius, but with Fahrenheit you want to stay in the 50s if you can, maybe the 40s, but they like lots of fresh air as well because they're more tender. So with cold, with heat, and lack of air, you can have problems with this one. Keep them a little bit cooler, don't let the temps get too cold, and give them good air, and maybe mount them sideways, and they should do great. And the last one, number 3 for Christo, is he has a Tillandsia rowie, and he's heard that it's monocarpic, it does not offset. Technically that's true, but in the process of growing from an offset or a seedling to mature size, over the course of those years, it will produce a number of adventitious offsets. They're not regular offsets like a mother plant will have after it blooms. These are rather very small, wispy little offsets that grow along the base of the stem. And these can be taken off, and they can be grown. You can put them in maybe a little bit of pumice or something if you want them to root faster, but generally if you just take them off and give them good moderate conditions, those little adventitious offsets over time will grow into mature plants. Once the plant blooms though, that's it. You will not get offsets. So folks, here's a little sidebar for today. This is a hybrid called Stardust, Tillandsia Stardust. And Tillandsia Stardust is a hybrid between Tillandsia ionantha on the one side and Tillandsia magnusiana on the other side. And you can see the resemblance of the hybrid in the middle, and you can see how much bigger it gets. This is a seed-grown magnusiana, so you can see how beautiful it is. It's close to 20 years old. And the other plant I wanted to show you today, this is Tillandsia elegant excellence. It is a hybrid of Tillandsia flabellata and Tillandsia exerta. And you can see it's tall, and it has a lot of color, and it is elegant. That's sad. The last thing I'd like to say, folks, is feel welcome to visit our website at www.rainforestflora.com. We have hundreds of different Tillandsias there. There's a blog. Look us up on Instagram or Facebook. And until next time, we'll have episode number 4. Bye-bye.
Rainforest Flora Incorporated